Yo, RX back with another recap of Noche UFC. We're not saying UFC part first. For a card that was a we back with another recap. Almost forgot the famous line of a card that was not good. Just to be blunt, and I hate to say it, but yeah, this card sucked. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not gonna lie to you. This card sucked. Like, just to be 100% blunt. It was actually almost worst. I don't know why I can't speak English right now. Than I expected. Yeah, it was bad. It was really fucking bad, and yeah, not very good. There was a few moments on it that were really good, but for most of it, it was either shit or forgettable. And that sucks, because Noche UFC is usually good. Last year in the Sphere, most of it was good. 2 years ago with the Grasso Shevchenko card, that shit was pretty solid. But man, this year just looked shit on paper. Was even worse in execution. Just disappointing. Not very good. Dana's second most important thing today. We'll talk about his most important thing at the end of the video real quick. Yeah, this was not very good. I'm just not really sure what to say. I did not enjoy most of it. I thought some of it was a dud, and it should have been better, could have been better, even with it looking as weak as it was. I thought on paper could have been better, and instead it was just a shittier Apex card than normal Apex cards. So, sucks, but what can you do, man? It's way the cookie crumbles. Not every card's gonna be a banger. This is our first, like, actually pretty bad card in a minute. Like, usually the cards lately have been pretty solid. This is like the first pretty ass one since what? UFC Baku, Usman, and Buckley, one of those cards. Like, cards have been pretty good the last while, but yeah, this one just was shit. Not super looking forward to recapping it, but some of the fights I can go through pretty quickly. 14 fights, this is gonna be interesting. Shall I get into it? Got plenty of talking to do, so why waste any more on the intro? I guess the last thing I'll say in this intro before I get into it is the normal YouTube bullshit. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn subs to goal by the end of 2025. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I don't believe I am, I talked about the card and how it was not good. Did the YouTube bullshit. I think we can get into a recap, shall we? So, again, we got 14 fights from San Antonio, Texas for Mexican Independence Day to talk about. But let's not waste any more time. Got plenty of talking to do. No more wasting it on the intro. Let's get into it. 14 fights, Noche UFC recap. I think I've done all Noche cards, though. This was easily the worst one. Let's do it. Be ready. I know I am. Noche UFC recap. Noche UFC 3 recap, really. Let's begin. And we begin with the same fight we began with in the breakdown. Every fight's the exact same. There's only one weight miss. You'll never guess who. And we'll talk about that when we get there. But everyone else was professional and made weight. So we got the same card that we broke down. Let's get into it as we begin with the first fight of the night, the welterweight tough finale for this season. Still weird to be talking about tough in September, but it's the last time we have to for a while. As we had in our card opener at welterweight to finally end tough 33 about a month after it already should have been over. We begin Noche UFC with the tough 33 finale at welterweight between Daniil Donchenko versus Rodrigo Sezinando. This was exactly the fight I was hoping this would be and wanted so badly. As I predicted, if this fight stayed on the feet, Daniil was going to destroy Rodrigo, and he did. For most of the fight, it was a striking match, and Daniil just pieced Rodrigo up. It landed big strikes, elbows. Like, I don't think we've seen someone use elbows as well as Daniil has since, maybe prime Tony Ferguson. Like, his elbow usage is insane. He times them so well. He just destroyed Rodrigo's face in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Like, he just destroyed him on the feet. He did get taken down once or twice, but he got up pretty easily. And eventually, about close to the end of round one, he landed, what dropped him? Was it a right hook, ground strikes? He just kind of swarmed Rodrigo. Eventually, big shots did land. Rodrigo went down, and Daniil Donchenko finally got to finish late in round 1 to get the win, to win the season of Tough, and get the UFC contract. Yeah, like I said, this is exactly what I thought the fight would be if Rodrigo couldn't get the fight down. He had really no chance on the feet against Daniil, and it showed quickly. Like, Rodrigo is just not very good, and Daniil is. Daniil is a very decent striker, and he just pieced him up. If Rodrigo couldn't hold Daniil down, he was never going to win this fight, and that showed right off the bat. And again, within 2 minutes, Rodrigo already had a doctor check on him. He was already covered in his own blood. So, this is exactly what I wanted to see from this fight. This is exactly what I thought the fight would be. So, after watching these two fight twice on Tough, you could really get a good grasp of what this fight was going to be, and it played out the best way possible for our entertainment. So, I'll take it. I'm very happy with this outcome, and it was a good way to start the card. I would say one of the highlights of the card, which is a low bar when you look at the rest of the card. I don't know how Daniil didn't get a bonus. And this was great. This was a great way to open the card. A finish, a perfect prediction, one of the few that I had on this card. And yeah, just great stuff by Daniil. Ran through him, ripped his face apart, got the win. What else can you ask for? Start a card. He kept us standing and won as predicted. All you needed to do, going for Daniil. To talk about the fighters now, we'll start with Daniil, now in the UFC, winning the season, getting a contract. He's good. I like Daniil. I think he's good. Do you want me to be blunt? Do I think he's going to be a champion? No. Is he going to be a top 15 dude? No. Is he going to be able to beat the higher echelon of unranked guys? No. But do I think he's good? Yes. Do I think he could be a top 35 dude at welterweight? Yes. Do I think he's going to have some fun fights? Yes. Do I think he can beat like the lower echelon of the division? Yeah. He's good. He's not going to, like I said, he's not going to be some top guy. He's not going to be the next Ultimate Fighter champion. There's just not going to fucking happen. But if you tell me, like, if we look back on Daniil in 10 years, you're telling me, if you told me he was a 9-6 dude who had some fun fights, had a lot of good knockouts, and was just a pretty good average fighter, yeah, I would completely believe you. It sounds about right. He's good. He's entertaining. Good for him. Welcome to the UFC. His teammate Robert Valentine, hopefully he's better than him, at least. Who didn't win the season, still got a contract and shit to bet in the UFC, so hopefully Daniil can be a little better than that. But, I'll tell you that, yeah, welcome to the UFC. Good win. He looked good in all three of his fights, 2 on Tough and 1 here. Welcome to the UFC. I'm not expecting a champion, but I'm expecting a dude who's gonna have some just really fun fights in the UFC, and that's about all you can really ask for. So, welcome to the UFC. Daniil's pretty damn good. And then for the opponent, Rodrigo, who is going to get a contract in the UFC anyway, because the tough loser always does. Again, Robert Valentine, fucking, Con Awfully, fucking Gilbert Urbina, etc., etc. But, Yeah, not really much to say about Rodrigo. Again, I don't think he's good. If he can't get you down, hold you down, he's not going to beat you. His striking is not very good, and he's just not a good fighter in general. And yeah, I think he's going to be a dude who probably gets like maybe a 2-4 record in the UFC before getting cut. Because he could beat some guys just by spamming takedowns because they suck at grappling. But overall striking, he's never going to win a good striking match against a good fighter, and he's just not a very good fighter in his own right, in my opinion. So he was able to lay on 2 guys during the show, but when he had to get in the cage for real and fight, he just couldn't hold up to the fire. He got put out, so that's really all I gotta say. Again, he didn't get a contract anyway, because that's just what the UFC does, and it sucks because it doesn't deserve it. But, yeah, he'll probably just be cannon fodder for decent guys, and he'll probably be able to beat up some shittier guys. Or not beat up, lay on some shittier guys, so. Yeah, there you go, about really all I gotta say about Rodrigo. And that's about all I gotta say about this fight in general. No fight idea, because Neil just won his contract, kind of like the Contender Series recaps. I don't want to give him a fight idea because they literally just got signed. I don't know what the UFC's gonna do with him. There's some fun ideas you could give Daniil, or some fun fights, and ideas you could have for Daniil. A Billy Ray Goff, got like a Kenan Song. Like, give him a fun opponent. Don't give him another boring grappler who's gonna be scared to fight him. Give him someone who's gonna want to go into the fire with Daniil. They might not come out of that kitchen without scars. So Daniil's good. I'm excited to see him fight again. And welcome to the UFC, man. Hopefully we see him sometime early next year, maybe like February or March. And yeah, welcome to the UFC. Rodrigo, he'll be probably Apex cannon fodder for a year or so until he gets cut, and that's about that in my opinion. Again, no fight idea, just got signed. Welcome to UFC, Daniil, and see what the kid can do. 24 years old. Let's see what he does in UFC. Sooner we see him fight, the better, because he's pretty exciting. Well, at least we got one good tough winner from this season. His name is Daniil Donchenko. Welcome to the UFC, buddy. Starting off the card with one of the only highlights of it. Cause then the card got to the state it was in for most of the night, or most of the day, really. Boring. As we go into our second fight of the night, and our first of 2 female fights of the night, and both were pretty shit. Was this one better? I think this one might have been better, which says a lot. As we have in our second fight of the night in the women's bantamweight division, a pretty shit fight that was more comical than anything. As we had in our second fight of the night, our first of many bad fights on this card, and a running theme of boring on this card. We have in our second fight of the night, our first non-tough fight of the night, Montserrat Rendon versus Alice Pereira. Well, yeah, get the fraud club welcomes another one to through its doors, cause yeah, Alice Pereira is garbage. What do I say about this one? Well, to recap the fight, in round 1, it was, I believe, yeah, definitely the deciding round of the fight, in my opinion. Wait, was it round 1 or round 3 that was the deciding round of the fight? I think round... Well, actually, no, I'm thinking of a different fight. Yeah, round 1 and 3 were both just fucking up in the air, nothing. Round 1, nothing really happened. Rendon chased Pereira. Pereira ran away for 5 minutes. Nothing fucking happened. Could score it either way. Round 2, Rendon dominated, hurt Pereira, kind of dropped her halfway through the round, got her back, was able to control her on the ground. Clear round for Rendon, the only clear round of the fight. Easy round for almost getting the finish. And in round 3, it was much like round 1. Pereira ran away, Rendon followed, boring as shit, piss break. You could score this either way. If you could give Rendon the fight, or you could score how I did and give Pereira 1 and 3, which I think one judge did. Yeah. Camacho, which I don't think it's a bad scorecard. There's no wrong way to score this, because round 1 and 3, nothing fucking happened. So you could easily score this round 1 and 3 Pereira, or you could give Rendon 2 in either 1 or 3. So it was a shit fight, and again, for borderline 15 minutes, Pereira ran away and Rendon followed. Outside of round 2, nothing happened. Literally nothing fucking happened, and it was boring. I'm not upset they gave Rendon the nod. She seems like she fought more, and I'm more happy she got the win because Pereira's garbage. So I'm not really sure what else to really say. This fight was awful. This fight was fucking awful. And that's about the nicest thing I can say about it. Pereira ran away for 15 minutes, and Rendon was the only one actually trying to do anything, and she did do a little bit of something in round 2. Round 1 and 3, you could score either way, because neither of them did shit. So, I'm not really sure what else to say. Shitty fight. Pereira's a joke. Let's talk about the fighters. I don't know what else to really say. For the winner, Montserrat Rendon, getting now 2-1 in UFC, getting her second win. Good for her. Good for her. 36 years old, coming off a long layoff to fraud check the much younger fighter with the crowd behind her. Good for her. Is Rendon going to be anything at flyweight, bantamweight? I mean, no. She's 36 and she's has lackluster striking, if I'm being generous saying lackluster. She has non-existent striking, her takedowns are shit, I guess, just a blunt way to put it. Yeah, she will lose to most fighters with talent. She has no chance against anyone top 15 ranked, and yeah, she will probably lose to a lot of the unranked fighters in the division as well, so I'm happy for her, good to see her back, hopefully she can stay active, but in terms of fucking, like, talent and how far she can go in the division, it's not far at all. She's 36, and she has really lackluster tools, so just not really a whole lot to say about Rendon. Happy for her, but being honest, she's just not very good. And then for the opponent, Alice Pereira, she's a joke. Welcome to the Fraud Club, 19 years old. God, what am I meant to say? She's awful. I don't know what the fuck her game plan was for this fight. Run away for 15 minutes and pray you get the nod? If that's a game plan, it's a hell of a game plan. Yeah, she's awful. She's fucking awful. She has no idea how to strike. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. And now she's fraud checked. It's that simple now. She's completely fraud checked. You cut her now, I don't think anyone would mind. She's not ready to be in UFC, if she ever will be. 2 of her fights got flagged for being fake. And she sucks. Still better than Raul Rosas. But yeah, she's awful. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say. Nice attempt by the UFC. I like the idea. If she was good, this would look like a genius fucking signing. But she's not. She's fucking terrible. And, yeah, like, I don't know what else you want me to say. She's fucking awful. Welcome to the Fraud Club. About all I can say. I honestly think Alex Pereira's real sister is better. At least she's a karate combat champion. You can't beat a 36-year-old who can't throw a punch or grapple. Garbage. Just fucking garbage. Another terrible signing just to add on to the plethora that they have had this year. Fraud checked. Only thing left to say now, and I'm gonna fall for it because I already know I gotta do this. I always forget because Tapology sucks. But, yeah, only thing left to say now is, as always, the first of a certain amount of times on this card. I ask, who should they fight next? For Rendon coming off a big win as an underdog, fraud checking the hyped up fighter, who could she fight next? All of these would be step down, booked for a fight, cut from the UFC. Maybe a Saigula, I wouldn't mind that. I think that'd be a pretty interesting one. Melissa Mullins, I don't know about that one. Cachoeira, no. Probably Saigula, I would imagine, because I think all of these might be a little bit even for, like, as small and lackluster as bantamweight is. I don't think Rendon coming off a win like this is gonna fight anyone here. A, you should probably lose, B, you should probably lose. Yeah, probably Saigula, it would make the most sense. Both very inexperienced in the UFC, still 2-1, 1-1. It'd make the most sense. Why not? I don't see a reason not to do that fight. Unless you do give her Mullins, Cachoeira, Gatto, if she's ever gonna fight again. So, but if not, unless I gave Saigula a fight idea after the Al-Kashiva fight, which I don't believe I did, Rendon and Saigula makes the most sense. Book it pretty simple. Not really much else to say there. Because I know no one gives a shit anyway. That's an Apex prelim if I've ever heard it. But there you go. And not very much to say about this fight either. It was shit. Yeah, Pereira's awful. You could cut her now or feed her to someone actually probably better than Rendon. And for Rendon, good win. Happy for her. Again, lackluster skills, but somehow she was a better fighter here, debatably. And who should she fight next? I'm down to see her fight Claudio Saigula. Makes sense. Both are probably one of the lower level fighters in the division. Someone have to win. It would be a fine Apex prelim. Book it. Not very much else to say. Good one for Rendon. Happy for her. Pereira is shit. And and Alex Pereira's real sister would have been better. About really all I gotta say. Good one for Rendon in a shit fight. Happy for Grandma. And Pereira is shit. That's about that. After that, our first big upset of the night. I don't think there was many, but first big upset of the night. This in the flyweight division. God, I don't think anyone got this right, because this was pretty one-sided and shocking almost, as we have in our third fight of the night in the flyweight division. First of two flyweight fights on prelims, first of two pretty much back-to-back, as you forget the fight in the middle, and you'll see why soon. We had in our third fight of the night in the flyweight division our very impressive debut. Like, holy shit. Unlike Pereira, this fighter actually did show up for their debut and looked phenomenal. As we had our big upset at flyweight in our third fight of the night between Alden Coria versus Alessandro Costa. What a fucking debut for Coria, Jesus Christ. He wiped the floor with fucking Alessandro. Like, this was pretty fucking dominant. For 2 rounds, he pretty much beat the shit out of Alessandro. In round 1, probably the closest round to fight, but Costa still clearly lost. He just didn't really throw enough on the feet, and Coria just kind of beat him. Round 2, Coria really started taking it to Costa, got him on the ground a few times, had some good ground and pound. Costa had moments, and pretty much in the middle of the round, he got on his back and almost got a summation, but was not able to get it. Got beat up in the later half of the round. After the round 2 bell, he did hold his foot or some shit, so he was injured going into round 3, and you noticed that quickly, because early in round 3, Costa completely quit. Went up against a cage and just went down, and again he quit, and that was that. Alden Coria gets the third round finish to win his debut on short notice at home against a tough opponent. Hell of a fucking debut. This dude looked phenomenal. Truly, he looked really fucking good. Good on him, man. Good on him. Looked. What can I say? He looked fucking good. He made Alessandro Costa quit. Well, I don't know what else to say. He dominated until he made him quit. There you go. Let's talk about the fighters. for the winner and the new prospect at flyweight. Alden Coria, teammate of Joshua Van, and God, did he look fucking amazing. Now getting 1-0 in the UFC. He's good. He's good, man. Again, teammate with Joshua Van, and you can tell he has good cardio, he has good ground game. This dude's good. I never saw him fight before until yesterday, and man, did he look phenomenal. 27 years old. This dude's good. This dude's gonna be a problem at flyweight. If he can keep fighting like this, he could be top 15, man. This dude looks good. I'm very excited to see more of Coria, especially on a full camp. This dude's gonna be a problem, it seems like. Unless this was just a fluke and Costa's awful. Coria could be really fucking good, and hell of a signing. Short notice, against a tough opponent, at home, beats him. I see him on a full camp now. Dude's good. Dude's pretty fucking good. Let's see what he can do, man. I'm impressed. I am beyond impressed with Coria. And then for the loser of this fight, the quitter, Alessandro Costa, falling to 2-3 now in the UFC. I still don't know what to say. Because I hyped him up. I thought the dude had a lot of talent. I thought he could be a top 15 dude. And then to quit against a debutant because your toes hurt? Not super thrilled about that. After a long layoff, no less. Yeah, it looks like Costa's just gonna be a pretty mid fighter in the UFC at this point. Adversity is not really something he's good at fighting against. And again, if you're quitting because your toes hurt, after already getting your ass beat for 10 minutes, yeah, I'm super disappointed in Costa. I thought this dude could be top 15 level, but if you're pouring like this, if you're quitting because your toes hurt, I don't know what to really say. I'm disappointed. As a giant favorite, no less, I'm guarantee you a lot of people lost parlays and are pissed at this motherfucker. He shit the bed. He shit the bed. He quit. He sucks. What can I say? He's definitely the black sheep of that camp, because he said that Irene, Alexa, and Diego. Looks like Alessandro's gonna be the black sheep of that camp. I don't have much else to say. Only thing left to say now is, and I know he just won his debut, but after a win like that against a highly ranked guy, hard not to give Coria a fight idea. For Coria to come in and finish and smash Alessandro Costa with ease, you're gonna get a pretty good fight now. Not top 15 level guy, but he should be getting one of the better unranked guys like your Durdens or your fucking guys like that, your Schnells. So, like, but it might be Durden, to be honest. He did step in for Edgar Suarez, but I really don't want to see that fight. I want to see Edgar against other people. Yeah, maybe Cody Durden, to be honest. It'd be a good opponent. Yeah, probably Cody Durden. Durden's always a good prospect tester, and, I think it makes sense. If I would pick Coria to win that, but again, Durden's pretty tough. He is a good prospect tester. We've seen it many times before. Probably Cody Durden, because I'm just, like, all of these guys are beneath him. After a win like Costa, they're either beneath him or a fellow prospect. Like, maybe Schnell, but, Suarez, like, Fumadarji, or fucking, Jose Ochoa, Yeah, let's see him fight Durden. It makes sense. It would be a good fight. Win that. You could easily give Coria a top 15 guy at that point. Let's do it. Alden Coria, Cody Durden. I don't see why not. Like, I know Durden's on 2-fight skid, but against prospects, Josh Van and fucking Jose Ochoa, let's do it. Cody Durden, Alden Coria. Let's do it, man. I think it makes sense. Again, Cody Durden's always a good prospect tester. I would pick Coria to win that fight. He should be able to get Durden out of there, or just beat him. A little bit of a step down from Costa, in my opinion, but Durden has more UFC experience. Even on a losing streak, I think it would be a tough one. Let's do it. Coria, Durden. book it. You could book that for probably. Let's see, when did Durden last fight? Maybe like December or January. Book it. Not very much else to say. Good one for Coria. Dude's good. Short notice to smash Costa like nothing and make him quit because his toes hurt. I'm impressed. I truly am, and I cannot wait to see this dude fight again. He impressed me. I had no idea who he was a week ago, and now I'm very impressed with the motherfucker. Let's see what he can do on a full camp. Again, I think him and Cody Durden would be a pretty good fight. Let's do it. Coria, Durden. I want to see Coria on a full camp. I think he could win that fight. Win that fight, you could get him a top 15 opponent. Teammate of Joshua Van, which is fucking amazing. Corea's good. Great performance. Costa, really disappointed with him. He quit. I guess he's just gonna be mid in the UFC. And, let's see how far Coria can go. Get him a full camp. Get him another fight. Maybe Cody Durden would make the most sense. Not very much else to say. Great performance for Coria. You could make a case for him getting a bonus, but I'm not completely upset he didn't. I still would give Daniil one above Coria, but UFC didn't give either one. And great debut. Somehow not the best debut of the night, but still, he looked good. Great win. See him against Durden. Welcome to UFC Coria. Great signing. After that, not gonna say much here because they're done Tuesday. Fourth fight of the night, Reese and Sedriques Dumas. Early in the fight, Reese kicked Dumas in the balls, if he even has any, and ended in a no contest. Rebooked this fight for one of the November fight nights in the Apex. Either, I think there's one on the 1st and the 8th or some shit. Rebooked a fight for that. Pretty simple. Dumas it wasn't Dumas getting knocked out, but getting kicked in the balls and feeling that pain is just as, it's close enough to satisfying. But yeah, rebooked that fight for the November Apex card. Pretty simple. Fuck Dumas, you deserved it. Reese, you're an idiot. Rebooked that fight for November. Next, there's nothing to say about no contest. As we're right back at flyweight for our 5th fight of the night, and I will say on paper, I thought this was the lesser of the two flyweight fights, and I guess this was better in terms of a fight. I do think Coria is better than both these guys. But as a fight, I thought this fight might have been a little bit better than one of the, maybe the second best prelim, to be honest. Second or third flyweight. I would say had the second and third best prelim. As we had in our 5th fight of the night, our first winner since the Coria fight, last fight on no contest. Back at flyweight in no time. We have in our 5th fight of the night, Jesus Aguilar versus Luis Gurule. Pretty alright fight. Not phenomenal, but this fight was pretty alright. A lot better than I expected it to be. Very close fight as I expected it to be. I did say this was maybe the hardest fight to predict on the card, and proved to be pretty true pretty quickly. And but this was a pretty alright fight. Again, you can make a case for this being the second or third best prelim of the card. Not pretty simple fight to recap. In round 1, Jesus just beat the shit out of Gurule, took it to him. Gurule had a little bit of success at the end of the round, not enough. Jesus took round 1. Round 2, easily the best round for Gurule. He had moments. Jesus kind of took the round off, it seemed, and Luis capitalized, taking round 2, making it 1-1 going into the 3rd, where Jesus beat the shit out of him again, dropped him. Almost guillotined him, but Luis was able to survive that. Had a fun brawl. Both guys threw big shots. Both guys hurt each other a bit late, but it seems like Aguilar did enough to win the round, which he did, and get a 29-28 W. 2 judges agreed. 1 judge gave him all 3 rounds. I think it's a little crazy, but whatever. And Jesus Aguilar wins a very interesting striking match. Yeah, this fight was alright. Again, mainly a striking match was good, with I think 2 or 3 knockdowns in this fight. It's fun. Aguilar kind of just was the better fighter outside of round 2, which he pretty much just took off, so, like, did he really lose that round? Did he just not try in it? Good fight. Good fight. I'd probably say the 3rd best prelim of the card. It's fine. Am I gonna remember it? No, not really. But was it on this card at least pretty alright? Yeah, I thought it was fine. It was fine. Again, I said the odds were a little crazy. No way Gurule should have been minus 200. I was right. Should have been a pick'em. And, yeah. I'll take the L here. I thought Gurule would be able to serve a win. I thought Aguilar would try and grapple more. Neither were true. I'll take the L. Good win for Jesus. Let's talk about the fighters. For Aguilar, he's such a weird case, Jesus. Like, 4-2 now in the UFC. There's fights where he looks phenomenal. Like this fight, like Ross, like Nickel. But then there's fights like Esteban, who I don't think's that amazing, where he looks shit. Mandaka wasn't his best performance. Like, Tatsuro Taira, for fuck's sake. Like, he either looks really damn good or really damn bad. Like, his striking is alright. His grappling is okay. He's super short, which I think is a giant problem for him, and his power is decent. He's just weird. He's just really fucking weird to try and predict. And I don't know. And just not a guy I've been able to predict very consistently at a high level. And I'll take my L's I'll take my L's. He's decent. He's a very decent fighter. He's never gonna be a top 15 dude. He's never gonna beat higher echelon guys. But when you give him these shitty fighters like your Gurules, he's gonna be able to beat them. His striking's gotten better. His grappling's decent. Cardio's decent. Chin is great. He's decent, man. He's a very average fighter. Respect to Jesus, man. He's pretty fucking average. And then for the opponent, Luis Gurule, now 10-2 when he came into UFC, 10-0, 0-2 now in UFC. You could make a case for cutting him. I doubt they will. If he got finished, I would have said cut him, but since he did survive, and he had a fun fight, give him one more fight, I would say. If he loses that, then he can get the fuck out, but I don't think you cut him yet, so 31 years old, gonna be 32 in November. He's had fun fights, but he's not winning, and he has no fucking chin for flyweight. It's incredible how little of a fucking chin he has. He sucks. Whoever he fights against next, I will be picking against him. Unless they give him the bottom of the barrel. Like, if he gets a Kai Asakura, then yeah, I'll pick Gurule, but unless he gets the worst fighter on the fucking roster, division-wise, yeah, I'm picking against him, and he's going to go 0-3 and get cut. So he might get cut now, but I think they'll give him one more fight because he did survive again. If he got finished here, gone. But he didn't. He survived. Give him one more fight. Apex prelim. Fuck it. What do you got to lose? There's debuting flyweights off Contender Series this year. Feed him to one of them. And that's about that. The only right thing left to say is, as always, who should they fight next? Back to flyweight. That didn't take long. For Jesus Aguilar, now back in the win column. Obviously none of these guys, because he's coming off a win. No. That dude's never gonna fight. No. Don't love that. No. Maybe. Yeah, give him I wouldn't mind him, maybe. Nah, they're not gonna do that. Launer? I doubt they'd give Lonnie a fight like that. I wouldn't mind Jesus versus Ode. I think that could be pretty fun. Lima, no, he needs bigger opponents. We just talked about Durden, Sumadarji, not happening. Energy, Ochoa, no. Yeah, I'm down to see him fight Ode Osborne. I think that'd be a pretty alright fight. I don't see many issues with that fight. Yeah, I think that's a very hard fight to kind of predict, to be honest. I think that could go either way. Jesus could knock out Ode, or Ode could win. That'd be a tough one to predict, but, yeah, I think that's a good fight. That screams Apex Prelim, and I'd be fine to see it. Ode, Jesus, I'm down to see it. Sounds like a fun fight to me. Book it. Yeah, I see no reason, not to. There you go, pretty simple, because I just don't know. All these other guys are either too high of a step up or too far of a step down. Ode, Jesus, book it. And that's about that. Not really much else to say about this fight. It was alright. One of the brighter spots of the prelims. If this card was actually good, this fight would be forgotten in a heartbeat. But since this card was shit, a fight that was alright, it looked at a little bit better than it usually would be, so good for them. Decent fight here. Good one for Jesus. Gurule sucks, but I doubt he gets cut yet. There you go. Who should Jesus fight next? I like him and Ode Osborne. I think that'd be a good Apex prelim. For 50-50 fight, I might lean Jesus there. I don't know. I could see that maybe first card 2026. That could be like a prelim on that. That'd be good. Yeah. Good one for Jesus. Improvements, striking, grappling, cardio. It's pretty well rounded, pretty average. Good one here. Gurule sucks. Simple. One of the top 3 only alright fights of the prelims. Good one for Jesus. Getting Mexico their second win of the night. Second of many. Next, our 6th fight of the prelims. A fight I'm going to run through pretty quickly because there's not really much to say. A fight that went exactly as I think everyone predicted, because if you predict anything else, you're kind of stupid, because what the fuck else was going to happen here? As we had in our 6th fight of the prelims, a fight that on paper should have been higher because it was top 5 fight. In execution, yeah, no, I said it was a prelim, which I guess I knew the fight was going to suck anyway, but goddamn, this was worse than I expected almost. As we had in our 6th fight of the prelims, the fight that got disrespected by the order makers, still should have been on the main card, maybe not as high as I would have put it, but still. We had a top 5 fight at strawweight between Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. Yeah, this fight sucked. I don't think I'm gonna be shocking you. I'm not gonna show my verdict scorecard on the show. Everyone scored the same way. This fight sucked. In round 1 and 2, Tatiana just dominated, threw Lemos on the ground. Really nothing happened. The only notable moments were Lemos got kneed in the pussy in round 1, and Lemos was landing some good leg kicks early in the fight, but didn't really mean much. Clear 2-0 for Tatiana going into the 3rd, where she dominated most of the round, but she did get dropped late in round 3 and almost finished, so Lemos took the round late. But it was too little, too late. 2-1 Tatiana, everyone agrees, easy win. Wow, this was boring. Thank God this wasn't some Apex fucking main event. Yeah, this sucked. I don't know what else you want me to say. Tatiana did exactly what we knew she would do. Simple. What else is there to say? Talk about the fighters. Tatiana getting back on track with a win after getting fraud checked by Whaley. We know she can't do what she does against good fighters, which is just continue to grapple fuck them, so that's kinda good job. You beat someone who can't grapple for shit. Yeah, not really a whole lot to say there. We know she can't beat anyone actually good, so she kinda just can crushes. She sucks, she's a fraud. What can I say? And then for Amanda Lemos, she's 50, she's not good, she's never been able to grapple, and she's a good striker, but grappling has never been her forte, becoming a very win-lose fighter at almost 40. She's not good at grappling, she's good at striking. Yeah, I don't know when she's gonna retire, probably soon. Not very much else to say. Good round 3. About the only positive for her in this fight. Last thing, as always, who should I fight next? For Tatiana, I think more than likely they're going to give her the winner of Dern Jandiroba, because who else is there? Outside Jillian Robertson, who they fucking hate for some reason, who else I think if, like, who else would they have her even fight? Xiaonan's falling down the rankings. She just beat Lemos. Loopy, I don't see them doing, like, I get they want a Mexican fucking blah blah blah, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Lucindo, no way. Ricci, I doubt it. more than likely Tatiana will fight the winner of Jandiroba Dern, I would imagine. Again, the only thing I could see is Jillian Robertson just got booked for a fight against Asmin Lucinda. If she wins that, you do Robertson, Tatiana, winner gets a title shot. I like that idea, because let's see, I think that Jill Rob fights in the end of December. So, I don't love that. The timetable might not work out perfectly, but if it does, you could have Jill Rob fight Tatiana in, like, April, and then have them fight for the belt in, like, July. I don't know. June, July, August. Yeah, we'll say August. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's a question mark what the fuck they're gonna do with Tatiana at the moment, and just strawweight in general, because God, is that weight class shit without Whaley. And, yeah, that's all I gotta say there. And then for Lemos, she'll fight down. She could easily fight Godinez, Ricci, probably Godinez or Ricci. I wouldn't be shocked if it's Ricci, to be honest. Yeah, Ricci or Godinez, which I think should lose both those fights because they would just grapple fuck her. So, yeah. Unless they do her and Xiaonan, which I see no point of. I think more than likely Lupi fights one of them, and Ricci fights probably Lemos, and Lupi fights Xiaonan. So there you go, Lemos, Ricci, Apex main card fight. Okay, I don't know. Not really much else to really say. Shitty fight. Tatiana did what we know she does best against bad fighters, because she can't do it against anyone good. She's still a fraud. She's still almost 35. I still think they'll probably give her the next title shot, but if they play their cards right, you could get her and Jillian Robertson, and the winner could fight for the belt next year against the winner Jandiroba Dern. Yes, the division is that bad. And, we'll see though. I would not be shocked if Tatiana gets the winner of Jandiroba Dern at all. I don't agree with it, but knowing the UFC, I think that's a high possibility, so we'll see though. And yeah, not really much else to say. Shitty fight. Tatiana did her thing as we all expected, but she's still not very good. She's still a fraud. Lemos is 50 and can't grapple. Good striker though, good round 3. Shitty fight. The highlight of it was a knockdown late and a pussy shot. Good job. Next. I see why that was low on the card, to be honest. The co-main event of the prelims, a fight I think I predicted perfectly, at least. I don't know why anyone else wouldn't have predicted perfectly, because it was a pretty easy one to predict. As we had our co-main event of the prelims, a double return fight at lightweight that went exactly as I think it should have, because it's even after a year and a half layoff, these guys have not changed at all, and that showed very quickly. As we had in our co-main event in the prelims, a double return fight at lightweight between Joaquim Silva versus Claudio Puelles. Yeah, like I said, this fight went pretty much as I think anyone should have predicted. Round 1, Puelles had a pretty good round, kind of dominated Silva, got him on the ground, landed some good shots. Not anything like 10-8-ish, but still controlled him and had a pretty decent round. Clear round for Puelles. And then, like every Claudio Puelles fight, as the fight goes deeper, he gasses out and quits, and that's what happened in the last 10 minutes of the fight. For the last 10 minutes of the fight, Silva dominated. Puelles' only offense was grabbing him and holding on for dear life. And after 10 minutes of that, Joaquim Silva won a clear 29-28. Puelles is shit. It was somehow a split, but it was Chris Lee. What do you expect? Clear win for Joaquim, taking the last 2 rounds without really any fucking doubt in my mind, because Puelles sucks. And that's about that. Not a good fight, to be honest, at all. There's like maybe 1 or 2 good moments in the fight. The rest was Puelles holding on for dear life, because he sucks. And yeah, not really much to say. Puelles quit after round 1 like he always does. Joaquim Silva is super old, but can still do basic shit and be basic cans. Easy win, easy fight, not much to predict there. Let's talk about the winner first. And that would be Neto BJJ, Joaquim Silva, 36 years old, gonna be 37 in February, now 7-5 in UFC, getting his first win in 2 years almost. Yeah, he's super washed. Should he retire? Probably. Is he going to? Hell no. He still has a little left in the tank. I think he probably has maybe 3 or 4 fights left at most. He's getting up there. We're going to be 37 by the next time he fights, more than likely. He's still alright, but he's definitely... Is he still at maybe top 45 lightweight? Maybe? But, yeah. He looked slower and older in this fight than usual. Still getting a win clearly, but again, he just looks older, slower, ring rusted. And, yeah, if he was fighting anyone good, he would have lost this fight for sure. But against a tomato can like Puelles, he's able to survive and win pretty easily. So, good on him there. But, yeah, he does not have many fights left. So, happy for the old man to get to win here. And he should win against a can. But, yeah, it's getting close to the end of the road for Neto BJJ. Again, against a lot of guys, he would have lost this fight. And then for the Prince of Peru, or just a can of Peru, called Claudio Puelles, 155 Ryan Hall, because he has no idea how to do shit besides grapple. Yeah, he sucks. Time to cut him. He's boring. 3-fight losing streak. He quits after round 1. He's not. His winning streak was garbage. His only good win was Jordan Levitt, really. Everyone else, either I've never heard of or were shit by the point that he fought him. And, yeah, just cut him. Like, you got enough Peruvian fighters, you don't need him. And all he's doing is going to keep losing, carrying that flag, which they don't need that. Cut him, he sucks. He's boring. He can't. His striking looked a hair better here, but it couldn't look worse. He still has no cardio. He still has no heart. Cut him. Good riddance. Goodbye. First chopping block of the card. You'd love to see it. Only thing left to say now is, who should they fight next for old man Joaquim? There's not... Let's see, imagine an old man battle, ideally. But versus who? There's not many old dudes left, especially at lightweight. Like Vince Pichel's gone, Clay Guida's gone, Jeremy Stevens is gone. Who could Neto fight? Again, there's just not many old dudes left. He's not gonna be, there's no point putting him in, legit fights against guys who could get him closer to the rankings, because that's a waste of fucking time. But who could he fight? Edson Barboza, but that just, even thinking of that fight's kind of fucking weird. Jim Miller? Nah, Jim Miller needs to fight Michael Johnson. RDA is a welterweight now. You know, him and Bobby Green would be pretty cool. I would be kind of down to see that. I think he'd win, to be honest. But yeah, I would be down to see Neto BJJ against Bobby Green. I'd pick Joaquim Silva, to be honest. I think I like him. There's 100 fights for Bobby Green, but if I'm down to see him in an Unk battle with Joaquim Silva. I like it. I'm not saying anything else. Who else would he fight? Sago Moises, Edson Barboza. Let's do it. Neto BJJ against Bobby Green. Or King of Green. Fuck it. Bobby Green escaped fighting Diego Fieda. Let's see him fight Joaquim Silva. Look it. That'd be a good fight. Again, I'm taking Joaquim, to be honest, because Bobby Green is so washed. Look at Silva, Bobby Green. Do it March next year. I don't know. I know that's a long time away, but old dudes don't fight very often, so there you go. And that's about that. Not really much else to say about this fight. Good return win for Neto BJJ. Yeah, he's pretty washed, and again, he would have lost to a lot of other fighters on the roster if he fought like this. But he's lucky he fought a can like Claudio Puelles, and what should be Claudio Puelles' last UFC fight, so good riddance, buddy. You suck. You're boring. And, yeah, good return for Joaquim Silva. Good to see old man still doing his thing, and who should he fight next? I'd be down to see him fight Bobby Green. I think it'd be a fun one. Unk versus Unk. Again, Bobby escaped fighting Diego Fieta, so let's give him the other old Brazilian. There's a couple, but the other old, decent, still Brazilian in that division. Joaquim, Bobby Green. Sounds like a good fight to me. Book it. Probably 10 years ago it would have been better, but I'm still be down to see it. Let's run it. Or even again, I'll be down to see Joaquim fight Jim Miller, but I think Jim Miller should fight Michael Johnson, so let's do Silva and Bobby Green. Sounds like a banger. Book it. And that's about that. Not really too much else to say. Not a great fight. Puelles quit after round 1, so Silva just had to not get laid on, and which he did a pretty good job of doing, and yeah, that was about that. Good win for Silva, good return, cut Puelles. Welcome back, Neto BJJ. And then, after that, the featured prelim, I'm gonna click on it. Duško ran through him, cut Jose Medina. Duško's still a can. Waste of time. Embarrassment the UFC even considered putting that on. Should be an LFA prelim, and a disgusting way to end the prelims with a fight that, again, wouldn't pass an LFA, PFO, Cage Wars anywhere. Disgusting. And that was the prelims. Not very good. Started great. The flyweight fights were alright, and that's about it. Shit. Nut kick. And pretty bad. So, yeah, not amazing. Daniil heavily carried the prelims. And, yeah, could have been better. Wish it was better. Yeah. Not great. Usually prelims have been really good lately, but this time they were definitely the dark spot of the card. So let's go to the brighter spot of the card, even though I still think this was pretty ass at times. I guess it's the better portion of the card, so let's get into it. As we finally get to the main card, almost an hour in, and don't worry, we're gonna run through a main card fight or two, because there's not a lot to say about a few of them. But this one there is a good amount to say, because this was very fucking good. As we had in our main card opener to start Noche UFC with a banger in the bantamweight division. And okay, I'll say I was wrong. This deserved to be on the main card the whole time, because this was phenomenal. As we began Noche UFC's main card with a banger between bantamweight Santiago Luna versus Quang Lee. What a way to begin the main card with a fucking banger, as usual with bantamweight. What do I even say? Right off the bat, Quang Lee hurt Santiago twice in like the first 30 seconds of the fight. So already a bad start for Luna. But then he, not long, few minutes after, Luna comes back, drops Quang. Quang gets up. Luna drops him again, knocks him out, gets the win. What a main card opener. What else can I say? Both guys got hurt twice, and then one dude there to bounce back and win. The other got put out. What a fight. What a main card opener. Just a banger. That's all I can say. What a fucking banger. Kid's legit. This Luna kid is legit. Good on him, man. Good on him. Like, I can't really say much else about this fight. Easily maybe the second best fight of the card. I enjoyed it. What else can I say? Let's talk about the fighters. Begin with the new kid on the block, Santiago Luna. Now 7-0 at 21 years old, already levels above Raul Rosas. This kid's good. The only really flaws I saw in his game is he doesn't block punches. He kind of just gets hit with them. But outside of that, man, he looks good. His striking looks crisp. He has a ground game, as we can see by most of his wins are by submission. The kid looks good. Kid looks good. He's went deep into a fight a few times. What else can I say? I'm super, kind of like Coria, I'm super impressed with Luna. He's 21, so he's going to take a lot of growing pains and probably some losses in the process, but dude's not bad. Dude's got good hands, good chin, good power. Again, we'll see how the cardio is, even though he's went deep into a fight before. We'll see how the grappling is, even though most of his runs are by grappling. Welcome to the league, man. Welcome to the UFC. Welcome to the big league. Dude's good. Hell of a debut to open the main card. To come back after getting fucked up early. Learn how to block. Dude's gonna be good. Welcome to the UFC, kid. And then for the opponent, excuse me, Quang Lee, now 1-3 in the UFC. I doubt he gets cut yet because his losses are two very respectable opponents. I think they'll give him one or two more chances. One more chance at least. If he loses, then yeah, he's fucking gone. But bare minimum, he's getting one more chance in my opinion. He's not bad. That's the annoying thing. Not even annoying thing, but that's the thing with Quang Lee. He's not bad. He's just got such an unlucky roll of the dice. Chris Gutierrez in debut. Fuck. Long Zhao in your second fight. Fuck. Santiago Luna in your fourth fight in Noche. Fuck. On short notice. And even a Gastelum Bolanos you could say was a fuck. But he was able to beat him by cuddling him. Like, dude's just been unlucky. I don't think he's a bad fighter. But he's just been getting a bad luck as a draw. And man, if he could get some of the easier matchups out some of these dudes get, he would probably have a pretty decent record. But he's just getting God's toughest challenges. And he just is not built for it. He's not bad. But he's not a world beater, so he's just not going to fucking beat these guys who he just keeps getting a bad luck as a draw against talented guys. I feel bad for him. Maybe he gets cut, I wouldn't be shocked, but I think he'll get one more fight, bare minimum, because he's had fun fights, and his losses are tough opponents. So give him one more chance. But if he got cut, I wouldn't be upset, but give him one more chance. Kid is not bad, but he's just gotten a lot of hard fights. So give him either opponent, give him one more chance. Lee is not bad. He just had a really tough luck of the draw. That's about that. Only thing left to say now is, of course, the usual. And second time I'm doing this for a debuting fighter on this card, or a fighter going to their second fight. Who should they fight next? For Luna, obviously you're not going to give him a super high level fight. You know, Quang Lee's a good debut win. You're not going to throw him in there with the Wolves immediately. You're going to completely baby him still. Like, you're going to give him a lower echelon guy that he should beat. Let's say maybe Ricky Torcios? I wouldn't be against that. Ronnie Yaya? Nah, Ronnie Yaya needs to fucking retire. I think even all these guys are a little bit, like, too high on the pecking order. Like, you should not be getting these guys. So, I would say lean more towards maybe an Angel Pacheco. No, that's even too low. Yeah, probably like Ricky Torcios, I would imagine. Make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that'd make a lot of sense. I'm not really sure. Unless they do give him a bottom of their barrel guy, but I just highly doubt that. So, yeah, Ricky Torcios or again Ronnie Yaya would be funny just because the age gap would be fucking, what, 20 years? But, nah, I think Torcios makes more sense, so do it. I'm not sure who else you would give him. Ricky Torcios. Perfect. Sounds good to me. I think Luna should win that fight. I don't think Ricky has been cut yet. Look at Torcios, Luna. Good step up, and well, not really. Actually, that might be a step down from Quang Lee, but it's not by much. It's still a respectable-ish opponent, and just more experience for Luna, so do it. Luna, Torcios, sounds good to me. Book it. Not really much else to say. Great debut for Luna to open the main card. Great comeback. Learn how to block punches, but outside of that, good comeback. Luna's good. Welcome to UFC. I feel bad for Quang because he just keeps getting the hardest fights possible. I hope they don't cut him almost, but if they did, I wouldn't be like heartbroken over it. But I do think he should get one more chance against someone who's not good. And great debut for Luna. Let's feed Ricky Torcios to him to get him a little more experience under his belt before he jumps into the deeper end of the pool at bantamweight. Which, God, that whole pool's pretty goddamn deep, to be honest. But you know what I mean. Luna, Torcios, look at, sounds like a good fight to me. Would be a good experience to add to Luna, because he should win that fight pretty easily. Book it. On to the UFC, kid. Great with open main card. Happy you got a well-deserved bonus. Probably the second best fight of the card. On to the UFC. After that, I don't care about this garbage at all. Hernandez is still ass. Diego Fieta needs to retire. Not talking about it. Next. After that, our third fight of the main card, and can you guess who missed weight for this card? I have no idea. As we head into our third fight of the main card, in the middleweight divisional weight class that had mainly duds on this card for having 3 fights on the card. A dud, and then this one was easily the best one, and it was okay. Nothing special, but it's okay. As we had our third fight of the main card at middleweight, one of the only few decisions on the main card, only 2 actually, and this one was definitely not as good as the other one. As we had our third fight of the main card, our only okay middleweight fight on the card, and our only weight miss of the night. I know you're shocked. We had Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Yeah, Kelvin Gastelum missed weight again. I know you're fucking shocked. Yeah, 191. He did not try one fucking bit to make weight. I'm not even, like, upset or shocked anymore by it. It's like, yeah, just normal. And then for the fight overall, it was about exactly what I told you it would be. Gastelum was just going to be better than Stoltzfus for 15 minutes, and he was easily. In round 1, Stoltzfus did have a good round in round 1. He did clearly take round 1, but after that, Kelvin took over after after just not showing up in round 1. Took over in round 2 and 3, dropped Stoltzfus in round 2, easily taking that round. Round 3, he was able to land a better shots and do good work. 29-28 Gastelum, pretty easy scorecard. One judge fucked it up. Again, Chris Lee, shocker. But the other 2 got it right. And Kelvin Gastelum won a 29-28 decision, as expected. Should have been 30-27, but he sucks, kind of, so what do you expect? Easy one for Gastelum. Not really much else to say about it. Lock of the night, W. I'll take it. Told you he was not. There was no way Stoltzfus was gonna win this fight. And, yeah. Easy one's an easy win, even for the fat fuck who can't make weight. Not much to say about the fighters. For Kelvin, he's still a fat, lazy bitch. Would be nice if he ever tried to make weight, but I guess at this point it's just his gimmick not to. So, not going to be upset about it at this point. No joke, I think he should fight at light heavyweight. Like, truly, I think he should fight at light heavyweight. It's the only weight class he might actually make weight for. Fuck it, I say why not. Fuck, he probably would be top 15 at light heavyweight, to be honest. Do it. Fuck it. You want to be a lazy fat fuck? Go to lightweight. Go to light heavyweight. I see no reason not to. Book it. Book him at light heavyweight. And then for Dustin Stoltzfus, yeah, he is still shit. 3-7 now in the UFC. I doubt he's gonna get cut because they were like using him as a cannon fodder to lose to the guys they like, or as a guy who can maybe accidentally win a fight from time to time. And they did him a solid here, saying yes to the fight still, and fucking getting Kelvin to win. So yeah, it's UFC will keep him. They like him, and he sucks, but he's reliable. Not very much else to say about Stosfus. He did his job here perfectly. Not very much else to say. No fire idea, because who fucking knows what weight class Kelvin's gonna be fighting at next. Knowing his dumb ass, he might try to move down to lightweight, but I truly think he should fight at light heavyweight. For Dustin, I don't care. Back to the Apex, they're not gonna cut him. Gonna just lose to someone else, and yeah, he sucks. What you want me to say? And yeah, that's about that. Kelvin's a lazy fat fuck, but he did win and get my lock correct, so I can't be that upset. Stosfus did his job of jobbing out to Kelvin perfectly. Kelvin should go up to light heavyweight, no bullshit. All I gotta say. Forgettable fight, about on the same level as the Aguilar fight. It was fine, nothing special. It happened. Kelvin did his job of winning against a can, not making weight. Locks an IW. Fat fuck. Good job. About that. About all I gotta say about that. I can only call him a fat fuck so many times before the joke runs old, right? Good win for Andy Ruiz. Next, our fourth fight of the main card. Not a lot to say here. This fight was alright. Maybe the best fight of the night until the main event, but I don't know. It was fine. I've seen better. As we had in our fourth fight of the main card. Back at lightweight for a fight that was okay. Again, nothing spectacular, but this fight was alright. Again, probably the best fight of the night until the main event. As we had our first fight of the main card at lightweight, Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon. Not what I expected this fight to be at all. Well, yes, it's what I expect the fight to be and not what I expect the fight to be all at the same time. In round one, it was a close round. Both guys had moments. But I do think Rafa took it. He got a takedown late in a round that's pretty 50-50. That takedown kind of sealed the round for him. In round two, definitely a better round for Jared Gordon. He was able to take over, land some good shots. If Rafa Garcia didn't have a chin made out of fucking metal, he would have went down. But still, Gordon was able to take the round there. But then in round three, fucking fight's trying to kill me. Then in round three, Gordon started to fade and take more damage, but he was still landing damage back, but one dude's punches did a lot more damage than the other, and after some trade-offs, Rafa dropped Gordon, Van jumped on top, then finished him. Rafa Garcia gets done finish. Yeah, not what I expected. I'll take the L here, even though I think it's a bullshit one. I'll take the L here. Not really sure what else I can say. Decent fight. Again, would have won fight of the night if the main event wasn't the main event. And, yeah, that was about that. Decent. Very fun fight. Good finish. Cool. Talk about the winner first. Rafa Garcia. This dude has a phenomenal chin. That's about the nicest thing I will say about him. Now 6-4 in the UFC, easily his best win in the UFC now. I still don't think he's that good. I know, you just don't want to admit you're wrong. I'm not wrong, I still don't think he's good. He beat a hobble Jared Gordon, barely. I still don't think Rafa Garcia is all that. He'll lose to any of the higher echelon guys. Even unranked, Esteban Ribovics would destroy him. A lot. Chris Duncan would beat him. Rombecki would beat him. Rafa's just not really all that. He's mid. So, I just don't really think he's all that, and till proven otherwise, beating a hobble Jared Gordon is not gonna prove that to me. So, I don't know what you really want me to say. Like, I still think he's mid. I still think he loses to a lot of guys who are unranked and just better than him, so I don't know. Good, amazing chin. Because he should have went down at least 3 or 4 times, but he survived on him there. I think his first finish in the UFC too. That's nice to see. I'll give him props there, but as a fighter, I still just don't really. I'm not high on him. So that's about that. And then for Jared Gordon, who clearly came in injured, had a giant blue fucking knee pad on his one leg, taking an L here, falling to 9-7 at 37 years old. Gonna be 38 in September next year. He just actually, his birthday just passed. Yeah, he's getting older. Like, sometimes he's just a hot and cold fighter. That's all I've learned. He's a complete hot and cold fighter. And actually, not even that. If he can't knock you out, he's gonna lose. If you have a good chin, Montserrat, Hoffa, he'll lose. He'll lose to them. But if you have a shitty chin, Madsen, Moises, he'll beat him. He's just kind of an up and down guy. If he gets the right opponent, he'll knock him out. If he doesn't, he'll have a tough fight, maybe win, but more than likely lose. Disappointed of him here, because he is the better fighter and he should have won this, but he shit the bed. With his giant blue knee pad for some fucking reason. He shit the bed. Disappointed. What else can I say? The only thing I'll say now is, who should they fight next for Rafa Garcia? I don't know if I'll find him an idea, because A, it's Rafa Garcia. I don't give a fuck who he fights next. And B, it's Rafa Garcia. There's not many fun options out there for Rafa Garcia. But I'll still look. Obviously none of these guys, he's gonna go up and he's gonna get a higher echelon fight. I still would love to see him fight Gabe Green for the gifted battle, but that ain't gonna happen. No. Turpy could be fun, but also not gonna happen. Like, being Jared Gordon gets you a pretty alright fight. But who is that alright fight is the question of the day. I don't know. Duncan, oh. I don't like that idea too much. Like, you gotta give him a step up. Chase Hooper? I don't know. Like, him and Ignacio would be fun. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. The more I think about it, I'm not giving Rafa Garcia a fight to you. What the fuck am I doing? Wasting your time. Yeah, I don't care who he fights next. Chase Hooper, I guess. That'd be kind of cool. Outside of that, I don't really care. So, yeah, not really much else to say. Fun fight, but, yeah, I don't give a fuck who Rafa Garcia fights next. I was trying to be, like, nice and all of that, but I was like, yeah, what am I doing? I don't care who Rafa Garcia fights next. This probably won't be for a while anyway. He's never been the most active guy, and he's just not that good. So, yeah, I don't care who he fights next. Chase Hooper, sure. Sounds like a fine idea. Good fight, even though Jared Gordon shit to bed, and Rafa Garcia is just not that good. Could have been better. Could have been worse. I don't care who Rafa Garcia fights next. I still think he's a bum, and still proven otherwise. I don't care who he fights. There you go. After that, we get to our co-main event of the evening. Another pretty decent fight, and one I'm happy to get wrong, because this is exactly what I wanted to see, and I'm extremely happy to be wrong here. As we have our co-main event of the evening. In the bantamweight division, a short-nosed replacement fight, because Raul Rosas is a can. We now had our co-main event of the evening, one I got wrong, and I'm happy to. A great, decent co-main, and an upset at that, between David Martinez versus Rob Font. Oh, I love seeing Rob Font lose. It's so enjoyable. Yeah, Martinez pulled it off in a very good fight. I don't know how much I agree with the decision, but it was close, and it was good. It was a very good fight. In round 1, it was a pretty close round. Both guys had good moments. I leaned Font there. I think he landed a few better shots, but I guess the judges leaned the other way. And Martinez got the nod in round 1. Round 2 was easily the best round for Rob Font, taking in the round for sure. And then round 3, easily the hands down best round for Martinez. Almost came to finish late in the fight. The crowd got so loud, the referee didn't even hear the bell go off, so he got an extra, 5 shots in on Font after the bell. It wasn't his fault, he wasn't cheating or anything. And we go to decision. All 3 judges score it 1 and 3 for Martinez. He gets the win. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm not calling it a robbery by any means. It was a close fight, and again, I'm happy to get it wrong. I just feel like Font did win early, but that's not a good one for Martinez. And round 1 was razor close. But yeah, I'm not upset about them giving it to Martinez. I'm happy about it more than anything. Again, I'm more or less happy to get this one wrong, because, again, I think Rob Font sucks. So, to see him lose 2 in a row now to Martinez Matsumoto just puts a smile on my face. Fuck Rob Font, he sucks. Good one for Dave Martinez. I'm happy for the kid. And, welcome to the top 15. Not really much else to say there, is there? Good fight. Very good fight. Fun fight, and, happy to get it wrong. Let's talk about the fighters. For Dave Martinez, the newly ranked guy, in his only second fight, 13-1, 27 years old. Hell yeah, man. Stepping in, just going from a Quang Lee fight to Rob Font, and now you won your top 15. Did better than Raul Rosas was gonna do. Good for him, man. Good for Dave Martinez. He's good. His kickboxing is great, his cardio is decent, his power is good, his striking's good, grappling's alright. He's a pretty decent fighter. Do I think he's gonna be a champion or top 5 at bantamweight? Hell no. I think Song Yadong would beat him, and all the top guys would beat him. But he could probably beat Figgy. He could probably beat Cheeto. There's definitely guys he could beat, and he's now in the top 15. In his second fight, he just beat Rob Font, who shouldn't be ranked to begin with, but he was. But now Martinez is top 15. Good for him. Happy for him. Happy to get this fight wrong. Happy I was wrong and he was ready for a fight like this. On to the top 15. Kid's pretty good, even though I think he's probably hit his ceiling. He's pretty damn good, and see how far he can actually go at bantamweight. Welcome to top 15, kid. And then for the opponent, Rob Font, I'm happy to see him lose. He sucks. Fuck him. 2 in a row L's. Retire, you bum fraud can. Bitch, you have never been good. I don't care what people try and say. You suck. Good riddance. You lost to Matsumoto. You lost to Martinez. Good riddance. You can. Still would have smashed Raul Rosas, but you didn't get that layup. You got a real fight, and you shit the bed like you always do. You bum. And with that being said, only one question left to be asked. Who should they fight next? For the newly top 15, David Martinez. There's definitely some options. Either, you got 2 options. He's going to be ranked around number 9 now. You either have him fight up or down. If he fights down, who would he fight? Probably Vinicius Oliveira. I don't see him doing that fight. And besides that, who? Jackson's already fighting someone else. McGee and Kyler don't deserve that. Zahabi's booked. So then you look up. Batista is booked. Cheeto? Probably. Figgy is booked. Song is probably gonna fight O'Malley, which, God, I got plenty to say there. It's really Cheeto or Vinicius Oliveira. And I'm leaning more towards... Probably. Let me think for a minute. Yeah, probably Cheeto. The more I think about it, probably Cheeto. But then I would be down to see Vinicius and Cheeto fight, but then who would David fight? Like Marcus McGee. Well, actually. Yeah, I think that'd make more sense. I'm down to see David Martinez and Marcus McGee, and then Vinicius can fight Cheeto. Because I think Vinicius has earned that more. I think his wins are better. So yeah, I think that probably makes sense. Marcus McGee and Dave Martinez. That'd be a pretty damn good fight. Yeah, and yeah, like Cejudo's just there for no reason. Everyone else is booked. Like, so now I'm guessing they're probably gonna take Kyler out to top 15 because Montel's gonna fight Figgy. So they're probably gonna swap Kyler and Montel and move Kyler down from David, or they take Rob Font out, which I would be also completely fine with. Yeah, I think Marcus McGee and David Martinez makes a lot more sense. Again, I don't mind David and Cheeto, but I don't know. I think that's a lot too soon. So let's do him and Marcus McGee. Makes more sense. Would be a good fight. Would be more fair of a fight for McGee after that bullshit Piotr Jan fight. Let's do it. David Martinez, Marcus McGee. Just makes more sense. Vinicius can fight Cheeto. Everyone else is booked. But I don't know, Font could fight Cejudo. I don't know, I don't care. I think it makes sense. At least in my opinion it does. I know people, why would Martinez fight down? Because he beat a dude who was coming off a loss to begin with. So, no. And I wouldn't even be shocked if UFC fucks him over and he's like 13th or 12th and Font just is like moved like out of the top 15 or some shit. So I'm intrigued. Kind of reminded me of Steve Erceg a lot, how he debuted against Dvorak and got ranked immediately, yada yada. So, I don't know. Let's even fight Marcus McGee. I guess is what I'm trying to say here. It'd be a good fight, makes sense, and there you go. Not very much else to say. Good one for David Martinez. Happy to get this one wrong. Fuck Rob Font, take him out top 15 and just send him to GFL already. And for Martinez, now in the top 15 after second fight, I think him and Marcus McGee would make a lot of sense. Be a good fight. Be good, a little more good experience under his belt. More than likely, he'll probably fight Cheeto. I think Vinicius deserves that fight more. I just think Vinicius is better. And I just don't think like Cheeto's a different story. Like, yeah, Cheeto. Oh no, Cheeto's fighting is a hobby. I forgot about that shit. Oh yeah. So, yeah, you really gotta do Martinez and McGee now. I don't know who the fuck Vinicius is gonna fight, but, yeah, I think you kinda gotta do Martinez and McGee now. Cause I forgot Cheeto's actually fighting Zahabi. I knew Zahabi was booked, but I forgot against who. Yeah, no, that even makes more sense. Yeah, Martinez and McGee. Cool. Yeah, again, I don't know who the fuck Vinicius is gonna fight. Somebody. But, yeah, okay, that actually worked. Maybe Cejudo. That works out even better. Cool. Martinez and McGee, book it, would be a good fight. Let's see, it would be more experience for Martinez before he gets into the higher echelon of the division opponents. And, let's book it. Martinez, McGee, sounds good. Cut Rob Font because he's a bum-ass fraud. Actually, I can't call him fraud because no one actually ever... Well, people do think he's good for some reason, but he's not. He's a can, and that's about that. So, good one for Martinez. Happy to get this one wrong. Good co-main event. Now let's see David Martinez versus Marcus McGee. Going to the top 15, kid. Good one here. Happy to see Font lose, as always. That's about that. There you go. And then, time for our main event of the evening. Fight that was phenomenal until the really terrible ending. I kind of put a damper on it, as we had in our main event of the evening to end Noche UFC 3 with a banger in the featherweight division. We had to end Noche UFC 3 with a banger, ended with a that sadly got ruined by a shit stoppage. We had to end Noche UFC 3 with the main event. Diego Lopez versus Gene Silva. Great fight. Ended by a shitty stoppage. Something that's far too common anymore. So what happened? In round 1, Diego took Gene down early, beat the shit out of him for a good couple minutes. not a 10-8, but 10-9. Gene got up, made a little bit competitive late, but I think too little, too late. Cleared, still lost that round. No judge scored 10-8 because it wasn't a 10-8. So, you know, pretty simple there. Then round 2 started, and everything went off the fucking rails. Gene started landing big shots. Diego started landing big shots. Somehow neither dude went out cold. And after about 4.5 minutes of that, Gene rushed in on Diego. Diego threw a spinning elbow that clipped Gene on the head, cut him up pretty badly, and dropped him. And yeah, Gene went down. He wasn't out at all. Diego jumped on him, mainly hit him in the back of the head. And after some ground and pound, the ref stopped the fight for no fucking reason when Gene was fine getting up, getting punched in the back of the head more than anything. No, it wasn't Mark Goddard. I know that was my first thought as well. But no, it was Mike Beltran, which he usually doesn't make fuck-ups. Usually it's Goddard and Herzog, but yeah, Beltran fucking up is weird. But yeah, he completely botched this. There's no world you should have stopped that fight. Like, Gene was fine. Yeah, a little bit of blood. Oh no. Like, he was getting up. And again, mainly he was getting punched in the back of the head. Like, it's lucky it's Diego Lopez, who we all love, because Diego Lopez is awesome. Because if this was anyone else, there would be some issues being held, but there's no issues because it was a complete early stoppage because Mike Beltran had money on Diego Lopez. But I'll forgive it a little more for that because it was Diego Lopez, who, again, is fucking awesome. So it sucks that it ended in an early stoppage because, God, that second round might be the best round of 2025. But yeah, there's no way you should have stopped that fight at that moment in time. So amazing fight. Go watch it. But it's gonna be ruined by that shitty stoppage late. There's no world the fight should have been stopped there. And, yeah. What else can you really say? Amazing fight ruined by a shit ending. Something said far too often in the sport at this point. And, what can you say? It's just normal. Again, shockingly, it wasn't Herzog or Beltran. Or Herzog or Goddard, I mean. It was actually Beltran, who rarely fucks up that badly. But this time he did. But when you have money on Diego, you're gonna do shit like that. Happy it is parlay, but yeah, this was bullshit. There you go. Not very much to say about either guy. For Diego, happy for him. Again, if it was anyone else but Diego, I'd be more pissed, but it's Diego. It's like, fine. Yeah, good for him. Not very much else to say. He's, well, again, it was completely early stoppage, but I'm not mad at him. What can you do? Good for Diego. And then for Gene, oh, fraud check, duh. No, you guys are fucking idiots. This was an early stoppage, and it's not even a real loss. So, the fighting nerds are dead. No, they're fucking not. They're not. Gene is gonna bounce back just like Protest. Like, he's still great. And again, early stoppage, it's not even a real loss. Gene will be back, just like Protest was back. The fighting nerds are not dead. Roofy's ass, yes, I agree. Kaio is gonna just be a middleweight. But yeah, Gene and Protest are just like Protest. Gene's gonna bounce back and be fine. So yeah, early stoppage, it's not even a real loss to begin with. And either way, he's gonna bounce back and be just fine. There you go. Not really much more to say. Only thing left to say now is the last one of the night. Who should they fight next? For Diego, pretty obvious. It's long overdue, the fight we should have been getting tonight. Or last night. Diego Lopez and Yair Rodriguez. Book it! The winner can fight the winner of Lerone and Volk. There you go. Why the fuck are you not doing that fight already? Winner of this can fight the winner of Lerone Volk, and that keeps the title picture running. There you go. Simple. I don't need to go into depth more. It should have been a fight we were getting here because it would have made more sense. The UFC's fucking stupid, and they don't get basic shit. So can we please get Diego and Yair now? Please and thank you. Actually, no, not even please. Just do it, you fucking morons. Winner gets a title shot. Winner fights the winner, Lerone Volk. Not very much else to say. For Gene, he'll bounce back. He'll beat the shit out of, like, I don't know, Pitbull, Ige, Giga, something like that. Pretty simple. Ortega, probably. Yeah, pretty basic stuff. Not really much else to it. And that's about that for the main event. It was a great fight, ruined by a shitty stoppage. Again, it's lucky it was Diego, so it's hard to beat that upset because Diego's awesome, but yeah, still a shit stoppage. Gene will be back. He's great, and it's not even a real loss because his stoppage was so shit. And Diego and Yair, long overdue. Should have been watching that fight yesterday as the main event to this card. And let's finally get it done. Winner can fight the winner, Murphy Volk. Pretty simple. Not much else to say. Good amazing fight, ruined by a shit stoppage. Just kind of becoming the norm at this point, ain't it? Happy for Diego. Lucky it was Diego because he's awesome. Gene will be back. Booked Lopez and Yair already. Awesome main event, even with a shitty stoppage. And finally, 96 minutes later, I can finally say, boom! That was the card. Finally, longest video in a while. To go over how I did on picks, I got 6 of 14 for perfect 1, 425. Yeah, a lot of L's, even though most of them were either bullshit or whatever. Early stoppage, happy to be wrong. Off, he just shit the bed. I don't care. 50-50 fight. I picked the wrong 50. Shit the bed. She sucks. I fell for the trap. I did get a couple W's. Perfect here. Went on a nice streak here. Block here. So, not a great night of picks. Wish I got a few more right. Should have got a few more right, but I get you do. When early stoppages, shitty performances, and shitty fighters. Fuck you. The bonuses for the card went to Fight of the Night, Diego and Gene. No duh. Performance of the Night to Diego and Luna. I agree with the Luna part. This second bonus should have went to Daniil. I love Diego, and cool he got a bonus, but yeah, there's no world he should have got a Performance of the Night and a Fight of the Night. It wasn't that amazing. Like, we all love Diego, but come on, man. That should have been Daniil. Or fuck, give it to fucking Alden Coria. For fuck's sake, he deserved. Like, you don't need to give Diego 100k. The 50k is just fine. I feel like Daniil and or Pereira got fucked out of a performance bonus, and yeah, so there you go. Happy for Luna, he deserved it, and of course this deserved Fight of the Night, no duh, so yeah. Next, if you missed a card, what should I say you should go back and rewatch? I'd say Daniil for sure. Maybe Correa if you want. Maybe Jesus if you want. Luna for sure. And probably the last 3 fights were pretty decent, so I would say for sure go back and see Daniil, Luna, and the last 3 fights. For everything else, no. Maybe, if you want. If you want. Don't even waste your time. Don't even waste your time, really. Maybe the KG fight if you really want, but I wouldn't. Trust me. And the last thing, the chopping block for this card. Something I've not thought about till now. Our favorite segment of the week, as always. I would say, Medina and Puelles? I would say probably be the only 2. Yeah, probably those 2. Like, Medina, 0-3, he sucks. Puelles, 3-fight losing streak, long overdue to get cut. I think that makes sense. I'm not sure who else you would cut. Like, Rodrigo isn't even officially signed yet. Pereira, I wouldn't be upset, but they're not going to. Costa, no. Gurule, I don't think they're going to get rid of him yet. Lemos, of course not. Quang, I don't think they will cut him. Possibility. is high, but I don't think they will, and they shouldn't. Pereira, he just should retire. Like, what the fuck, dude? Stoltzfus, no. Gordon, no. Font, no. Gene, no. Yeah, I'd say Medina and Puelles are the only chopping block. Both 3-fight losing streaks. Both are shit. Good riddance. And finally, as always, we ended by giving the card a rating. I'm going to be harsh, but honest. I know the one might not go over, but it's the truth. I'm giving this card a 4.5 out of 10. It was heavily carried by Donchenko, Luna, in the main event. Everything else either took away points or added like 1 point. So I'm going to 4.5 out of 10. The lowest score in a while, because again, usually the cards have been pretty decent lately. Even if it's just one portion of the card, like last week's card, the prelims were phenomenal. The main card was ass. This whole card was pretty much ass with a little bit of decent sprinkled in there at times. Like, to be honest, for the prelims after this fight, if I didn't see this, I would have not been upset at all. I feel like I would have missed nothing. And even for after this, I could have skipped an hour or two and came back for the co-main and missed nothing really. So it sucks when you can say that, but that was the case here. A 4.5, and I think that even could be a little bit generous. It could be as low as a 4. I'm being generous with a 4.5. It was fine. It was Dana's second thought of the day because we know what his main one was, and it was the weakest Noche we've seen easily on paper so far, and in execution it was the same. It was weak. It was the worst Noche by a mile so far. The main event was great, Luna was great, and Donchenko was great. Everything outside of that, either fine, forgettable, or shit. 4.5 out of 10. Wish it was better, of course, but it just wasn't. And, yeah, that's about all I gotta say about Noche UFC 3. Disappointing, wish it was better. 4.5 out of 10. Just not good. There you go. That's about all I gotta say about the only other thing I want to say real quick before we end this is, of course, there was another thing on today, and that was Canelo and Crawford. Dana is a main priority today, and not gonna go in depth on it, just gonna say real quick, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very fun fight. Good win for Crawford, just dominated him. I scored it 115-113, but you could easily score it, 9-2. So it was good. I've seen a lot of people hate on it because I guess, it was too boring. Yeah, it wasn't amazing. It wasn't the greatest boxing or fight I've seen ever. There wasn't a knockdown. There wasn't a fucking big, like, oh shit moment. But it's just a high level, pretty enjoyable fight. And I enjoyed it. So not really much to say. I kept telling people Bud was gonna win. Oh, he's too tiny. He was the same size. So, good win for Bud. Good fight. And, yeah. Fuck, I think that's better than most of the fights on the UFC card. I'd say this was probably like the 4th best fight I watched yesterday, so I enjoyed it. Very good shit. Rest of card, garbage. I had to watch the main card because I was waiting for the main event. Garbage. But the main event lived up to the hype. I enjoyed it. I'd give that, just to rate that fight, I'd give like a 6 or a 7. I enjoyed it. I'd probably say it's 6.5. It was fun. Good one for Bud. Domination. Fun way to end a Saturday after a pretty disappointing UFC card. And a pretty fun way to head into a fighting break week. Yeah, we're already going back to another break week. There are no fights next week. The next set of fights are in 2 weeks, and it'll be UFC Perth, Alberg versus Reyes. So, yeah, it sucks. No fights next week after just coming back for 2 weeks. Ugh. I don't know. It sucks, but what can you do? Still got Contender Series, so yeah, I'll still be doing recaps for that. But, yeah, another week away of not That's a lot of stream. Well, still a shit ton of streaming, but not as much. And one video a week, one contender series recap. So sucks, but what can you do? UFC chose that schedule, and now we gotta abide by it. So next time you'll hear me in video form, outside the contender series recaps, is in 2 weeks for UFC Perth breakdown on the Friday beforehand, and then the recap will be on Sunday as always. So it sucks to be going back in a break week after just coming back, but it's 1 week, still got contender series, still gonna be streaming, so you'll still get plenty of RX, but in video form you'll get just a contender series recap. So maybe it's what we need after a shit card like this. Good day of fights nonetheless. There was still a little bit of good on this card. Canelo Crawford was good. Fun Saturday. Let's head into a fightless week, which sucks, but we'll be back for the Perth card in 2 weeks. And two cards in a row and then a break. Never seen them take a break that quickly outside of January when they come back for a fight night and a pay-per-view, but that's the UFC for you. No chain in the books. Let's go into break week. Talk about contender series, and that's about it video-wise till Perth. With that being said, there isn't as much else to be said. My longest video in a while. Good way to go into a break week. You have plenty of fucking time to actually watch this full thing if anyone actually does. And that being said, I can't really do anything else to say because I'm about to lose my voice and my mind talking for an hour and 46 minutes. So let's end this by saying what we always say, and that is, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn yourselves to goal by the end of 2025. And as always, I'll see y'all video-wise outside contender series in 2 weeks for the Perth breakdown recap. That card's not great at all. I think it's as shit, if not worse than this one, so, you know, great. And we'll be back soon enough, hopefully on a longer schedule than 2 cards in another break week. Thank God for contender series and streaming, so still got something. And but if you only watch your videos, I'll see you all on Wednesdays before Perth. The next 2 Wednesdays and then Perth. There you go. That being said, as always, I don't think I'm going to say something. I hope I'm not, at least. I don't know what else I could say after an hour and 47 minutes. Besides, as always, RX out. Good vibes. Only. And always.